Hello and welcome to today's live interview with the Master Oracle from Surge to Ascension with Luke Lintott and Quenton Stroud. Quenton is joining us all the way from Malaysia. Today, we're going to talk with you about how to attract your desires through mind, body, magic. We're going to go deep into the power of mind, body, medicine, hypnosis, and the world of magic. Q is the Master Oracle, a celebrity psychic, and he specializes in tarot, astrology, numerology, and parapsychology. Q has been serving humanity as an oracle for over 20 years and has helped over 10,000 people gain greater insight and foresight into their life, purpose, and their relationships. Using the wonders of tarot and a keen knowledge of astrology and cosmology, Q is here to help you get to better, faster. And thank you so much, Q, for joining us today. And my name is Luke. I coach executives to get fit and loved while making money. And we have an exciting announcement to make at the end of today's live interview. Not just that, if y'all stay here until the end, we're going to be inviting you to get a free reading from Q. And as I mentioned before, Q works with multiple celebrities that have multiple millions of followers. In fact, I've watched some of his clients, which we can't mention, right? Because we have NDAs have been signed, all these things that have literally doubled their income, probably quadrupled it, right? And they're following and beyond. And also, Q and I have been collaborating for multiple years now, creating the best wellness programs available on this planet. And we both only work with the best on planet Earth. And I just really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining us. And I see we have 5 people here live. If you're here live, comment live in the comments. And Q, I'd love to just hand the reins over to you to introduce yourself and more about the great work that you do.
Well, thank you so much. I always enjoy coming on here and talking to your audience and letting people know the amazing power and the amazing opportunity they have to work with people who really care about how they're going to move forward and about giving them the tools, the resources, the skills that they need to change their experience. And so this is going to be a fantastic conversation. I can't wait to go into it. Surge, Ascension, it is about to be on and pop it.
Absolutely. And I know I've seen with our common clients, Q, things have taken off, right? Like we've had clients that we both work with surge in their income, attract love, also call in healing, right? It's been amazing. I'm just curious, what are some fantastic things you've seen with the people that you work with using all of your skill set?
Wow. So, I mean, just it depends on where the person comes in, right? So, as a person comes into from this place of needing change, right? I just need to change. I need to change my body. I need to change my health. I need to change my resources, my finances. I need to change my relationship or my relationship status. Okay, like it depends on where a person comes in. It just kind of governs how we move and how we flow through this whole experience. And so what I've seen people like come to this place where they have nobody and they're wanting to get into a relationship and wanting to have somebody there with them on their side to them being in a full-on flow, a full-on thing, and it's on and popping and it's hot and heavy. Let me tell you something. I was just talking to a client the other day, and believe it or not, I have clients that are in their 70s, 60s, 70s, and upward, like getting it. Okay. And I'm talking about it. They say doing it, they be doing it. Okay. There's some lot of stuff happening. And it's all because they're shifting the way they feel about themselves. They're shifting the way they feel about their bodies. They're shifting the way they feel in their soul, in their spirit. And it literally is a transformation. It's a transformation that happens because they're taking the time to take care of themselves first. Some of them for the first time, giving them permission to take care of yourself, giving you permission to be a little selfish or self-centered in this moment and say, I need to move from this place about me to expanding in my dynamics and being more effective in that way. It's happening.
That's amazing. It's never too late, and I want y'all to know you're exactly where you're meant to be. I just posted a before and after picture earlier today, and before in 2014, I was a heavy drinker. I had a problematic relationship with myself, with alcohol, with food, with others, right? Now I love myself radically, right? I have a great relationship, and it's changed, of course, through the mind body work, the hypnosis, the yoga, the fitness, right? Focusing on my self prioritization of self and through the magic, right? Through going above and beyond and getting spiritual. And I think that's what's been so wonderful with that I've seen with my clients, with myself, with others that I've worked with UQ is that transformation within. And I'm curious, like you, I know that now we're in the time of the dragon. We're the year of the dragon, the year of mysticism and
Mm.
success. And I know you mentioned this is a time when it's important to focus on you, boo. It's important to be selfish, to focus on your body, your goals, your finances, your love. Could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so the Year of the Dragon is really powerful, and me living in Southeast Asia, leaning more into the Chinese astrology, Chinese zodiac, and stuff like that has been really, really powerful for me, and I've been sharing a lot with my clients. But the Year of the Dragon is really about prosperity. It's about luck. It's about finances, and going out and being able to expand out and conquer new areas, conquer new fields, things that you never really thought you could do before. Body shifts that you thought you never were going to be able to hit before. Pant sizes. Okay, there's something I'm working with. Pant sizes that you thought you could never hit before. And you come to this place like I'm able to now go out, accomplish the things that I want to accomplish, bring it back home into my layer, into my space, into my world, and now it's mine. I got this. That's what this year is about. 2024, the year of the dragon, is also a number 8 years, which is the year of infinite wealth. So this is a whole big shift that's happening. Where before we came out of, post COVID, we came out of this place where we felt like we didn't have enough, or we felt like there was so much hitting us all at once. To where now I can go out and I can change something. I can go out, I can conquer a new area, a new territory, a new thing that I've been wanting to change. I've been wanting to take advantage of, but I haven't been able to. And now I can do that this year, bring it back home, and now it's mine. And I got this, baby, and I'm going to run it. That's what this year is about for you.
Outstanding, y'all. I want to hear in the comments, what are y'all calling in this year? We are here to support you in accomplishing those goals and making your vision board happen, right? And that brings me to, in the Western calendar, if you will, we just hit March 1st, right? We're walking into spring, we're walking into expansion. And a lot of the times after January, 90% of people give up on their New Year's resolutions. And I just wanted to say, the year of the dragon is round 2, right? This is your second chance. We're starting a whole new year. And with all of that in mind, Q, I'm curious, since we know that you've had this massive impact and you continue to scale what you're doing, right, in influencing highly influential people and beyond. What is your why in doing all this great work so that people can kind of relate on your journey? I always love to hear about it.
Yeah, I tell this story often when I talk about how I came into this awareness of who I am. And I go back and talk about my great grandmother who saw it in me many, many years ago. I was 8 years old. My great grandmother saw this in me and she fostered it and molded it for the years that she could. She passed away when she was 98 years old. But she was so keen in her own insights that she would talk to me about things and she would have me tell her things. My 98 or 90-year-old grandmother at the time I would tell her things at 8 years old that she wanted to talk about and wanted to hear about. And then she would have me sing little songs to her and stuff like that. And it was all a part of her, like kind of raising that vibration, raising that spirit, right? Raising that energy. And her praying with me at 8 years old, like going through this whole transformational process, even then. Fast forward to like 19 years old when I I get the full awareness of my gifting and what I'm about and what I'm able to accomplish, what I'm able to do for other
Mhm.
people. And I had to make a choice. I had to make a choice on how I was going to use this ability, how I was going to use this gift. Was I going to lean full on into it? Was I going to be scared and pull back from my abilities and what I'm naturally capable of? Was I going to be scared and pull back? Or was I going to lean into this and move into it full on? And I decided, why be scared? What you scared for? right? Like if this is who you are, this is who you know yourself to be, you can ascend. You can ascend. You can take this thing and grow this thing up into something massive. And that's what I decided to do. I decided to not be scared anymore and to grow this up in order to be something radical. And then fast forward, I guess what, 23 years later, and now having helped over 10,000, well over 10,000 clients now, work with some amazing people, how your gift makes room for you and bring you before great people. That's what's happening right now. And that's what I think we're able to offer people. So the work for me is just being able to really lean into my spiritual gifting, being able to lean into who I am naturally and moving from that space. And I think that that's where we all want to be.
Absolutely. Yeah. And studies really show that, like, when you're aligned with your purpose, when you're doing what you're good at, when you enjoy, you're more likely to be successful at that. Right. And sometimes that means that we need to change gears. Right. Maybe it's who we're dating. Maybe it's what we're doing for work. And I know for me, it's been such a magnificent experience getting in touch with that true self. Right. That's why this mind body magic work has been instrumental for me in all these healing journeys I've gone through. And with that in mind, I know there are a lot of people out there. I was reflecting, Q, that almost most of my clients go to church. A lot of my people have a dog. A lot of almost everyone I work with is spiritual, right? And there's
Yes.
some people out there that are like, there's this connotation with magic that it's something that we shouldn't do. We should only do, what's sanctioned by certain powers that be. And I'm curious, for people out there that have never dipped their toe into magic, what are your words of wisdom to them?
Yeah, it's really challenging because regardless from your spiritual background, your spiritual modality, I think that most of us who are spiritual folk, we understand that there's something beyond the physical, right? Technically, I'm what you call a metaphysician, right? Meta being beyond physical, the physical, beyond the literal, beyond the physical. And so, as a person who is more spiritual than religious, for me, going beyond the literal, beyond the physical, and tapping into the spirit of the law, the spirit of the word, the spirit of truth, it makes me feel that there is so much more to God. There's so much more to the human experience. There's so much more that we can tap into if we choose to. And taking us to that level. I use the term magic, me personally. I use the term magic because it is something that's a little bit more ineffable. It is something that's unexplainable at times. It is something, I'm telling you, the stuff that I've seen, the transformations that I've seen, the things that's happened all seemingly overnight, where people are away and they come back in and things are happening financially, things, huge wins that take place. I don't know what else to call it. I'm not Jesus. I'm not a miracle worker, right? So I don't call it miracles. I call it magic because that's what works for me. Now you can call it, whatever, bippity boppity boop. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's something that works. And I like to work it from that perspective. And understand this. Let me say this, that we understand that there are many administrations, but the same Lord. There's many operations, but the same God that worketh all in all. And so as a believer, you understand that there's many different operations, there's many different ways of coming to the same conclusion, but it's the same God that's working all through all of this. And that's what we're tapping into, the one God, the one power, the one source, and all as well.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And I know for me, I do magic every day, right? I have my own routine that I do in addition to the meditation, in addition to the hypnosis, and I know that that has taken me to the next level. And I just wanted to say, like, everything is energy, right? This is backed as an Aquarius, y'all. I know I'm gonna be, citing things, but there's studies that show that this body is 99.99% energy. Like, it is in fact not matter. The same goes with my thoughts, the same goes with my beliefs. You're
Right.
calling in everything with that energy, with that aura that you're emitting from your body. And so it's so incredibly important that you use that to your advantage, right? And you focus on self. And I know for me, a big thing has been shifting that focus away from what I can't control to what I can. And I know for
Mhm.
people out there that may feel distracted, a lot of the healers out there tend to work with us too. What are some words of wisdom to focus on self during this year of the dragon?
Well, I think that probably this year it's going to be really important to focus on home, right? And that could be your home temple, your home body. Focus on home, focus on finances, and really securing yourself financially because that's going to be very important. And also focusing on really cultivating and nurturing the relationships that are going to take you well beyond right now. I think more than anything, and this is just me downloading right now, but I think more than anything, it's going to be really important to make sure that those relationships are intact because 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever, you want to make sure that, listen, if I can call on you, can I call on you? Can I call on you when I need somebody? That's going to be really, really important. And typically the dragon kind of goes at it alone. And so if you feel yourself needing to individuate right now, if you're feeling yourself needing to kind of break free right now, that's totally okay. But don't forsake the nurturing of the relationships that you need because that's going to be extremely important. And also making sure again you take care of home, take care of your own space, take care of your own body, take care of things that about you. So for this year you do have permission to be a little bit more selfish because that's what the dragon is saying to do, right? That's what the dragon energy is about. But I'm asking you to also nurture those relationships so that you don't feel like years and years and years from now it's going to affect you poorly. So that's what I would say focus on this year.
Absolutely. And I want to mention on top of that, that you transform your life with every decision that you make, big or small. And transformation takes place right here in the present moment, right? And so I know for me, it's been about getting in touch with the unlimited possibilities that are right in front of us through getting into this moment, right? I used to live in the past, worried about the future. Now, with people that are focusing on they're making these power moves that you said, like what are the benefits of doing it with a coach? What are the benefits of having a community that you've seen as opposed to just doing it on your own?
It's interesting that you asked that question because as a spiritual person, I think sometimes I often have thought that I can do this. Like I'm spiritual, I'm deep, I got this, I know me, and I can move in and through this. But for me personally, what's happened is I had to come to a place where I needed to twin up. I needed to twin up with someone, right? I needed to connect with someone to for us both at that combined force, that combined effort to push against the reactive mind, to push against the stuff that's bogging me down. To listen, you ain't thinking like I think. And I ain't thinking like you think. Sometimes they say two heads are better than one. And if we can both come together to push against the stuff that's saying that I can't make this, I can't do it, I can't do one more sit up, I can't make one more move. I can't do it. Right? There's that little mechanism, that little thing that tells you that. You know what I'm talking about. Then it's important to be working with someone who's not bogged down by your own shit and is not stopping you from moving forward. Like I'm here with you. We're here with you to help. Actually, we triple teaming them like bam, bam, bam. We about to come here. We about to triple team, bam, 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 and we gonna go and we fight against that stuff that's keeping you, those forces that are keeping you from having the experience that you want, and that's what I'm talking about. So
I want
I
to
think
add
I
on to
think I think I think having I'll say this. I think having a competent, caring, hear me, a competent, caring coach is going to be very, very important in this year and the years to come.
absolutely. No one does it alone. And I wanted to mention too, yes, it's important to talk to those that you already know. Yes, it's important to talk to your best friend, right? Family, chosen family beyond. And we're in a time when you don't necessarily just have to connect with the people that you already know. The Q and I met on Facebook. If I didn't have no Facebook, if I wasn't scrolling around, we would have never met each other. The same goes
Mhm.
with so many wonderful relationships that I made. So I wanted to invite y'all to get a new result, do something different, right? And with that in mind, I wanted to also mention coaching is amazing, especially when you have multiple coaches. That's actually something called triangulation. So that's what it's so great when you're working with us as coaches and even others who are joining us in Ascension, that you get multiple perspectives so that you get in touch with what's the best decision for you, right? You are in charge of your life. And with that in mind, Q, I'm just curious even more about the things that you've seen in terms of magic that could take people to the next level. Because I think that sometimes we are in a very three-dimensional world where people
Mhm.
want a specific thing and they might not want to hear what you even have to say sometimes. I'm just curious, like, what are some outcomes you've seen with people and beyond, and what people might not know that they get out of working with you and with us?
Well, I'll say this, and just to kind of put it on their radar. Um, One of the biggest things I always suggest to people is set up your protection work. Okay. Well, they say an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure, right? And with what you do, even Luke, with the yoga and with the hypnosis, with the meditation, with the body training, the physical therapy, like all the stuff that you're doing, the personal training. That's what I'm trying to say. The personal training, like with all the stuff that you do, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. And that goes true for
Yep.
the body side, but it also goes true for the spiritual side as well. It also goes true on the spiritual side. So if you, as a spiritual person, someone who's moving into this thing and trying to get it right and trying to figure all this stuff out, if you have just your protection work set up, like that one thing right there is going to stave off a lot of stuff. It's going to keep you from going through a lot of stuff. It could be relationship. You know, you're trying to make a connection, you're trying to meet somebody. If your protection ain't up, they might be able to snake their way in there. You know what I'm saying? They might be able to get their way in there, and it affects you. It really does affect your energetic field. It affects your energy. It affects your mood. It affects your morale. It affects you. And so, what I'm saying to you is that by having your protection on, it actually keeps you from going through certain things. Look, I have this ring on that I wear. It's a shield ring, right? It's a shield ring, and I have it charged. I have it activated where I keep my protections up. Right. I have other items. I have other things, other totems, and other stuff that I work with that keeps me protected energetically, spiritually speaking. I do things with my mind. Okay. The mental work. You talked about the hypnosis, other stuff like that. The mental work that does the work to keep my mind still, right? The emotional regulation. I just did a whole webinar on a masterclass on emotional regulation. The emotional regulation that keeps my emotions in check, where I'm not just all over the place. One minute you're happy, the next minute you're sad. One minute you're glad, the next minute you're mad. It's too much. Right. And so it's like you gotta have these things in place. And so what I love about Soul Ascension, Soul Fit Surge rather, is that it's really about keeping yourself protected first and foremost, and then dealing with and moving yourself through the issues that you might be having currently in your life, in your body, in your mind, in your emotions, and then ultimately taking it to a whole nother level so that you're now ascending. That's what ascension. Come on, baby.
We're
It's the
ascending.
ascension for me. Okay. I'm tired of the status quo.
Absolutely. So I also think of it as like we're hiking up Mount Everest, right? And if you're constantly carrying other people, you're never gonna make it. Some people we do need to leave and love from a distance and let them find their own journey, right? I wanted to add that on too. Sometimes you having those same relationships is exactly what can keep you stuck. It can, I know for me, having relationships with people that didn't love and accept me correlated with me drinking, right? Correlated with me not loving the person staring back at me in the mirror. Now, for me, everything goes back to that self love. It goes back to that ascension in your own way, right? In your authentic truth. And the biggest regret that we see with people that pass away, that transition before they're advanced in age, is they regret not being their authentic selves, right? So with all of that in mind, I know for me, I just want to invite y'all to really get in touch with who you truly are and be okay loving people from a distance that may not align with who you're becoming, even if they aligned with who you were, aka when you were a child, aka back in the time when you were different. So yeah,
Let me tell you. Oh my God, you're so right for this. Ego, ego keeps you stuck, right? And ego keeps people stuck. And so while I definitely value long-term friendships, familial relationships, things of that nature, when a person is operating from a place of ego, like lack and limitation, I can't pull away, I can't do this, I can't live without them. You know how people talk. When a person is kind of in that egoic space, what they're doing is they're sticking themselves at that moment, right? So get it this way: when you start to come up and when you start to make some changes in your life, when you start to change the way you're doing things or change the way you live, hello, you start to make some changes. Certain people don't want to see that for you. Not because they don't love you, let me be very clear, but because they're operating from a place of ego, and the change scares them. The shift scares them, right? And so what it does is, or what they do is they tend to try to stick you in the space that they knew you as most comfortable for them. Most comfortable for them. And so when it's most comfortable for them, they want to keep you in that comfortable place. Like, oh, that I liked you better when you was not you doing too much now. You losing all this weight. You being too much. You the most now. You making all this money. You doing all this stuff. You got you a new boo. You think you brand new. It's like they want to stick you in a place that felt most comfortable for them, but it wasn't comfortable for you. It didn't feel good to you. It don't look right to you. It don't look right on your skin. It don't look right in your body. It don't look right in your hair. It don't look right in your smile be face. You just smiling through it, smiling, gritting your teeth at work. You know what I'm talking about. That ain't for you. And but the ego, either your own or others, tends to try to stick you in that space because that feels right. That feels most comfortable. That feels what I should be doing. This is where I should be. Don't do that. Don't listen. Luke, you know me. You know me. I don't do incremental.
Oh no. Get ready.
I don't. I don't do the incremental change, and we're gonna take another 13 years to get through this. And the childhood trauma, what your mama did, what your daddy said. Listen.
No.
I go. God said it. I don't care what your mama said. I don't care what your daddy did. God said it. You need to shift. God said, "Come on up a little higher." God said it's time to ascend, and that's where I come from. I get mad. I'm sorry.
Excellent. I wholeheartedly agree. We are about massive shift, not just those baby moves that aren't necessarily going to get you the result that you desire, right? That's why we get you to better fast. We have huge, huge outcomes. Both of us have worked with clients for multiple years. I believe with you, Q, it's been multiple decades. Okay. So it's like this energy work is truly working. This body work is working. I wanted to mention too, Q, I recently returned from Costa Rica and I went to California Adventure and just all of these magical things have been
Finally,
happening. And I was
thank
reflecting
God. Finally.
finally, right? And I've been reflecting, I'm living a dream, okay? And the funny thing is, a lot of this mind body magic work I've been doing has been getting me in touch with my inner child, right? That cute little kid that was a gymnast, a childhood actor that I oppressed for so much of my life, trying to blend and be normal and boring. Right now I've really been embracing the beautiful unicorn that is me. And I've noticed and I realize me not taking care of my physical form was actually a form of protection. As we mentioned earlier, I didn't create that protection that we were talking about, right? Me breaking out, me having issues with my weight, me having issues with sleeping, anxiety, stress, all those things, right? It's because I didn't prioritize myself, right? And I didn't unmask those issues and take those actions and connect with the right people. And I'm so thankful, Q, that I took a chance on myself and that I have my own coach, that I got my own community, that I keep rising. I'm writing my own book, Wellness Unfucked, by the way. It's going to be a bestseller. Okay. I'm at chapter 4. Things keep going up and up and up if you decide to make the change. Now, the issue is deciding. A lot of y'all, it's like that frog that's in the boiling hot water. You're just moving. There's the frog typically, it's in hot water, just moves its little arm. Don't move out until it's dead, right? We're telling you
Mhm.
now, this is your sign to jump out of that water, come into the beautiful, magnificent garden that is your life. Tap into that beautiful, magical person that is you.
I
Anything coming
love
up
it.
for you, Q?
No, Dude, I love it so much. And I'm very, very proud of you, in fact, because your sojourn to Costa Rica, it really was necessary, right? It was definitely necessary. And you and I have had our conversations, and it's like, you know, getting yourself into a place where you actually feel safe. And I'm going to say this because I think it's really important to mention that sometimes your safe space ain't home. I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna be
Yep.
real with you, right? Sometimes your safe space ain't home. Sometimes your happy place ain't home. And it's great if it is. It's great if it is. If you built such a sanctuary, if you built such a space, a garden of Eden, as it were, to where you feel like this is my perfect place and I feel good about that. Luke calls me all the time. Hey, like, hey, Q. He was like, how's everything in paradise? You know, and I'd be like, this is wonderful. But my point in saying that is to say you have to find what's true for you. You have to find your Zen space. You have to find your place that makes you feel whole, healthy, complete. I'm gonna tell you something. I was talking to a lady today, just today. And she had been dealing with some medical issues for a few years. In fact, she was supposed to be making a big change in her life, a big move, but then she got sick, right? Her body started acting against her own desire, her own will. And when she started working with me, I immediately called out some things that was going on with her throat chakra, some things that was going on with some other parts of her body. And what I told her was, I said, listen, just yesterday, I went grocery shopping. We went grocery shopping and bought all these fruits and all these vegetables. And Luke asked me, was I a fruitarian? But brought all these fruits, all these vegetables. And I said, what would it feel like? What would it feel like to be able to eat some real fruit? Not this GMO, throw the thing against the wall and it break the brick on the wall because it's so hard. What would it feel like to eat a healthy, real healthy meal? What would it feel like to get your body moving and get your body in operation that you can now feel good? I think one of my clients, Sheree, she said that movement is like the body, prayer to the body. Movement is the prayer of the body, right? And you moving your body is your body praying, like, thank you, God. Thank you. You know the moves, Luke. The and I can't do them, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like the body
Yeah.
praying and it's opening yourself up. This is what I'm talking about. And so sometimes you have to create the right environment for you to be able to do the kind of stuff that you're doing on a regular basis. And it needs to be something that really is something that you can put in place day after day, year after year, week after week, whatever it may be, so that you don't feel like you're struggling to make it happen for yourself, right? So find your Zen place. I'm so proud of you, Luke, for getting out of your that place where you needed to just like break free, and then you come back. That's that dragon energy right there. That's
Yeah.
that dragon energy right there. I need to get out, conquer myself, conquer my demons, conquer my stuff, and come back and bring it home. And now there's 4 chapters in the book. 4 chapters. Come on, do chapter 5, chapter 20, whatever it is. It's wonderful.
Absolutely, and I know doing all this work, and Q's aware of this, my IQ has increased, right? I focus better. I wrote 1 chapter in 1 day, and not just that, after doing yoga and mindfulness, my scores skyrocketed, right? When I took the GRE, like I'm a great writer, I'm a great reader. It wasn't always the case. That's used to be what I struggled at, right? When I had all those issues I was facing that I didn't deal with, right? And so I'm so grateful that yeah, I gave myself that gift of going to Costa Rica. I've given myself the gift of doing my own coaching, of also doing what I love, right? As opposed to watering myself down and doing what I like, right? And so that's why we're here to help. And sometimes we tell you things that you may not want to hear because we really unconditionally care about your success. And I want to know, like, Q, for those people out there that are like, I want to do this mind body magic work, but I maybe not feeling quite ready yet. I'm comfortable in the pain. I'm comfortable in what is quote unquote familiar, even though it's not good for you. Tell me more, like if you have any thoughts.
I think that when people come to me, when people are on here with you and having the conversations with you, they're at a need for change level anyway. That doesn't mean that you always recognize it. But just by being in this energy, right? Just by being in this space, you can't stay the same. You can't. So the change is happening whether you like it or not. The change is shift. The shift is shifting. The shift, yeah, the shift is shifting. Shift be shifting. The shift is shifting whether you like it or not. What I suggest is, and I said this earlier, even about myself, I suggest leaning into the shift. I suggest having a consultation. I suggest getting a reading. I suggest having a conversation. I suggest leaning into the shift to see where this could take you. Right? So don't even think about it from the perspective of, I need to make a big change because my life is miserable and I can't do that. No, you could be very comfortable. In fact, the people that I work with are making money. They're doing great things. They're having amazing experiences, amazing journeys, are selling out shows and all this stuff. The people I work with are all on those levels, but there's still this desire for a different quality. Hear me, a different quality of life. And it's the quality of life. If you start to really understand how the shift is supposed to happen, it's the quality of life that we're really all about anyway. Really, think about it. You're not really here for quantity. Okay, you might want a number of years and I want to get the fullness of years I'm supposed to get on planet Earth. I totally get that. You might want a bunch of money and I want to get as much money as I possibly can. I totally get that. But what you're really doing and what you're really searching for is a qualitative experience. And that qualitative experience is what you're really getting to, whether it be about the money, whether it be about the relationship, whether it be about the physical health in the body. It's a qualitative experience that you're really looking for. And the change is going to happen towards that direction, towards a qualitative shift where you're not the same anymore. See, because I want to say it the way I want to say it, but I can't say it the way I want to say it. When you mess around with us, right, you get qualified for a whole different level of experience, a whole different level of experience. See, y'all, I mean, just it's a whole new level of experience. That's the kind of shift that we're talking about. So if you feel scared, if you feel anxious, if you feel I don't really know, okay, it's happening whether you like it or not. The question is, are you on an upward incline in your change, or are you on a dwindling spiral? That's what you need to ask.
In addition to that, I want to mention the quality of your life correlates with the quality of your emotions. So if you are in, low on that tone scale, you're feeling sad, you're feeling angry, you're feeling depressed, what have you, there is a way to get higher on that tone scale. And I want to invite you to truly feel what it's like to have those three-dimensional things that you're going for, whether it's the true love, it's the money, it's the body, right? Getting toned and all those things. Because it's not necessarily that three-dimensional thing that we're going for. It's the feeling, how you think you're going to feel when you have it. You can feel that right now, baby. Just breathe it in with me and exhale and visualize it, right? And that's the first step. Our subconscious mind, 95% of your mind, your childhood brain, does not know the difference between what is imagined and what is experienced. And so that's why it's hugely transformative when you really expect the best. It is more likely to happen. And also, if you're still having something, some trepidations about taking the leap, joining a community coaching that works, write about what you would do if you were not afraid. What would you do? Would you just shoot us a DM, right? And I wanted to go back, like we always talk about making these massive shifts, and you only need to make one date in order to meet your soulmate. Okay. The same thing goes with business. I contacted 800 businesses last January. That's how I partnered with Nordstrom. That's how I got Lululemon. That's how Viore came about. And the list goes on. I just met with Lotus and Luna today. We're going to do corporate wellness for the next 6 months. So beautiful things have blossomed because I stepped through the discomfort. It's not that I wasn't uncomfortable in doing it. It's that I just did it. I just did it.
Y'all
And
don't
this,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, y'all don't know the conversations with Luke. His transformation was extremely uncomfortable. It's okay if I share? Like I'm just
Oh, I
like
don't care. I'm open book. Yeah.
Yeah, his transformation was extremely uncomfortable, and it's so much so, and I'm not going into any details or particulars, but so much so that the way the way he needed to push through it, the way he needed to push through the discomfort, push through the contacts and the calls and the conversations, push through the uncertainties and the doubts or whatever. Is this gonna work? Is this what people want? I don't know. Let's go, you know, pushing through that and working with coaches, working with Oracle, working with people to help him move into that stuff. This is real stuff, people. This is not stuff we read out of a book. Okay, this is real stuff that helps to shift you into a whole nother dynamic, a whole nother paradigm of existence. And so I'm proud of you, man. I really am proud of you. I'm proud about SoulFit Surge. I'm proud about what's taking off with that. It's time. It's time.
Yeah, it's time, y'all. This is your sign to make the change and to really focus on self, right? Year of the Dragon and all these great things that are coming up. And I know for me, I remember that I actually joined my first coaching program when I saw an interview just like this one. And I just set up a call with one of the coaches on there. And I wanted to say, we're here for that. Like, I'm here for that. We're going to talk more about that in a moment. And I wanted to ask you, Q, for the people out there that are looking for some insight and foresight, before we talk more about the amazing collaboration coming up, what advice would you give them to really get in touch with source energy if they just haven't really taken too many steps recently? Like, what are some things they could do now? Some small steps before they make the DM, they schedule the call with us.
As a metaphysician, we teach there's no spot where God is not. Right? There's no spot where God is not. And so even scripture says it this way: if I make my bed in the pits of hell, thou art there. If I rise up to the highest heaven, thou art there. And so there's no spot where God is not. I think that what ends up happening is we get so consumed. That's a good word. We get so consumed by our day to day. We get so consumed by our habits and the things that we're used to doing. We get so consumed that we start to feel that there is no recovery. There is no hope of change. There is no shifting that could happen, and or we desire it, but we don't know how to make it happen. Right. And so I would say the first thing to do is probably just get in good two-way communication. Like, talk to us. Like, come on this live right now. Come here right now. Share the
Uh-huh.
live right now. Because you know your girlfriend
Share
or
it.
your guy friend that's going through some stuff and they need to get a reading. They need to have a conversation. They need to get some hypnosis. They need to some breathing, whatever it is. They need to get into this. Hear me. They need to get into this so that you can make this change, even if you feel that you're so disconnected. You've hidden yourself behind a bushel because you're naked and ashamed. You're going through some stuff. You need to get into this because by stepping out, stepping from behind the bush, stepping out, you can start to reveal more and more about yourself. And we're here to help you do that.
Absolutely. Sharing is caring. Do go ahead and share this live. And I wanted to mention as well that you working with someone for multiple years is actually shown to be better than just for a quick amount of time, right? For multiple months. And that's why I'm so excited to announce that, of course, we have SoulFit Surge coming up next week. We have a holistic wellness week for 5 days where y'all can still sign up and join us. And we're going to do a hypnosis on energy manifestation. We're going to do yoga and fitness together. You're going to grow your network, increase wealth, get loved, get toned, and also more healed. And Q and I will be collaborating soon for the upcoming year-long Ascension program. So that's what I'm really excited about. During this time, you're going to be meeting with both of us. You're going to get that triangulation. You'll be getting the coaching from multiple of the best coaches in the globe. And we're going to have that group container where you're going to do the hypnosis. You're going to have that support from a community and the one-on-one. It's a hybrid model. So it's the best that you can get. And the promise of SoulFit Ascension is that you will attract your desires through mind-body magic. And during our 12 months together, you're guaranteed to get healthy, wealthy, loved, and more healed. And for everyone, that's different. I know for some of my clients out there, it's about getting toned, losing weight, and calling in their soulmate. For others, it's about calling in that self-love to attract the one, to live your truth. and also attract finance, attract money. We've had all our clients have been scaling their businesses, increasing their impact. And so if you are interested in learning more about Ascension, just drop Ascension in the comments and we'll follow up with you. And yeah, anything you wanted to add, Q? And I know we've been collaborating with our same clients now for about 3 years. So this is the best yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at this point, I'm ready to dive in. I'm ready to help people in a massive way. The people that we have been helping for some years now, it's really, really taking off in multiple ways and different ways in each of their lives. And so it's about diving in at this point. So let's go. Like, how do we get them? How do we get them going? How do we get them? What do we do?
Yeah, absolutely. So come and join the party. And a life is a terrible thing to waste. The same with your mind, the same with your body, right? Now is your time to grow, to transform, and it's never too late. I wanted to mention, like, I was just meeting with yesterday, Q, one of my clients, 84 years old. She just started training with me with her weights. She's doing great. She looks amazing. Okay. She put her body first. She actually recently even went on a trip to Tahiti. So your 80s can truly be your golden
I
years
want to go to
if you make
Tahiti.
the change now. Now,
Yes.
if you wait until if the longer you wait, it's harder. Like, well, I'm just gonna be real with y'all. I want you to take care of your body now because that is not also that is not the case for everyone, right? I also work with clients that are in nursing homes. I also work with people that cannot walk anymore, right? And so now is the time to make the change, to have that biggest impact, to have support. Since as we enter this time of non-tangible values, right? The value of your health, the value of love, and then as side effect, guess what? You'll be increasing your income and impact and getting more healed. Anything else you want to add, Q?
Absolutely. Like it's this is the time to trust yourself. This is good. Thank you, Spirit. This is the
Yes.
time to trust yourself. And I think that more than anything, I did a whole teaching in the master's class about forgiveness. More than anything, forgiving yourself. You gotta forgive yourself before you can trust yourself. Have you ever dealt in that
Mhm.
kind of relationship before? It's like I like you, I love you, I want to trust you, but I can't because I haven't forgiven yet. You got to forgive yourself before you can trust yourself. And so taking that opportunity to do that shadow work, to do the forgiveness work, to heal yourself and to trust yourself again, to love yourself. There's a process to this. There's a process to this. Forgive yourself, trust yourself, love yourself. There's a process to this. And I think that if you can lean into that even now, there's opportunities here for you. And so we welcome you into it.
I wanted to add on top of that, when you consciously manifest your desires and you do the mind body magic work, you do those hypnosis, the affirmations, all of that inner work, you actually are more likely to stay at that new body, mind, and life. You're not going to boomerang back. People that consciously sing a song and all of a sudden they're like hugely famous, or subconsciously are just born into money, right? And then because they're around it, they tend to, people tend to make more money, what have you. The same goes with the body. Those people, when they do manifest those great things, tend to have higher rates of anxiety, higher rates of stress, right? They may boomerang around. And so, like, when you do this work that is so enjoyable, I'm extremely grateful for the struggles that I faced, Q, like we were talking about. I'm extremely grateful for the mountains I've gone through, because of course I'm a better coach because of it. You can't learn what I know from reading a book. And I know that when as these great things come to me, I'm ready to receive them. You could meet a 10 out of 10 match for your soulmate, but if you're emitting some bad energy, you're going to scare them away. So we're here to help reverse that, bring that energy up higher so that you call in that dream boo, those dream clients, okay? The dream life that you're looking for, body, and it's never too late. Once again, like, I loved how you're talking about that earlier, Q, and it's never too soon either, right? So I'm excited to see who out there is interested in learning more. And of course, like, drop your questions, comments in the feed right now, whether it's in LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram in the future. We will respond to you because I care about you. The currency of my work lies in your success. And with that in mind, I know we have about 10 more minutes. Q, did you have anything to add before we invite people on to do readings?
No, let's get it on and popping.
All right, so I'm going to drop the link right now on StreamYard so that you can come and get a free reading from Q. I'm going to actually go onto Facebook, so you might get some feedback right now. Feel free to add anything about the reading that you want. Yeah.
Luke, something happened where the mic is now, it's like staticky on your end.
Oh wait, can you hear me now?
Yeah, whenever you talk, it's like a something changed.
Okay. We're gonna change. We're gonna check my settings really quick on the audio. How is this? Is this better?
Oh gosh, yeah. Whatever you did, it sounds like a dream.
Thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna go actually to Facebook and drop the link. And yeah, feel free to share Q more about what a reading is and anything else that you do when you work with clients when they join Ascension and join us. Yeah.
Yeah. Do me a favor. If you want to get a reading, put your date of birth down in the comments below. Now we can't see your name on this end on the master feed or whatever. We can't see your name, so you might want to put your first name and your date of birth. First name and date of birth. All the comments below. That will really help us out, and then we can take it from there. If you want to get a reading, and is there a way to share the link in? There you go. Okay, there's a way.
I just sent it. I put it in Facebook on my, I'm going to go to LinkedIn as well, but click on the link. I already know a few people that want to get their reading, and then we will see you pop up, and then we're going to add you to this live. So
yes.
Yeah, go right ahead. And I'm going to go add it to LinkedIn right now.
I see a few people in the comments. I see Naira, I see Artis, I see Besrel, I see a number of people in the comments. Welcome, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get it on and popping.
Yes. All right.
Write down in the comments below. Oh, you asked me to share what a reading was. So a reading basically is this. It's tapping into an energetic conversation, right? So it's nothing spooky, ain't nothing scary. It's tapping into an energetic conversation. I do work with the cards only because I do download, but what the cards help me do is help me kind of organize the conversation to bring out what's most important, right? If you tell me, if you're 50 years old and there's 50 years of history, there's 50 years of history that comes through in a download, like it would make more sense to be able to kind of lean into what's most important in the conversation right now. And that's what the cards help me to do. There's nothing spooky about them. It's just help to regulate the conversation a little bit better, right? Like an outline, if you will. Awesome. So I see the...
Oh, I think we lost Q. It might just be me for a while, but I'm happy to help. So I just added it. I was just checking on my phone. I know that in Facebook, y'all can see it, and also on LinkedIn. So come and join. Q will be right back. It sounds like he's off for a moment. But I know for me, the cards have been very helpful. I'm an Aquarius, and also it's good to get that reading so that you see what's coming, right? You get insight and foresight. And I'm curious for everyone out there, like, oh, is Q coming back? Come on back. Yes, Q, he's here. So
sorry about that.
And I wanted to mention too, like, in addition, like during our one-on-one sessions, when you do wellness consultations with me, we'll go deep into issues that you're facing in a different way too, through the mind and the body, and we'll do something called soul programming for you. So with that in mind, Q, like, anything else that you wanted to mention as we wait for someone to come on?
I'm sharing the live out myself as well, and getting people to tap in. Hold on 1 second here. Oh yeah. You know what I'll say about all this is this: that when you are tag teaming and when you're getting mind, body, magic, when you're getting all these things, you know, tapped in simultaneously, what ends up happening is that there's no escape. Okay, hear what I'm getting at. There's no way for the lesser self, the lower self, the enemy. There's no way for it to sneak past us, to get past, and try to get up in there and do what they got to do. There's no way for the enemy to try to bog you down, because what ends up happening is that you have intercessors, you have people who are coming in and standing in the gap for you, you have someone holding space for you, you have someone helping you to think differently and to talk and speak differently and to move differently and to operate differently on a basic level. There's no way for it to get through. And so I believe that these kinds of conversations, I believe the spiritual work that we do, I believe the physical body work that you do, I believe all that stuff is really there to help to keep a person truly protected and move them into a higher level of ascension, because they now have a solid foundation to move on. So go ahead and share your date of birth down in the comment below, and let's get it started.
Yeah, and I know definitely for me, like with our common clients, we have seen a lot of things come through spirit through these readings that we would have never otherwise known, right? And I wanted to also mention that, sometimes when you get these readings, you may hear things that you don't always want to hear, but it's necessary that you hear, right? And additionally, I'm trying to think of some other things that are coming to me. In Ascension, I'm really excited because it's kind of like, I think of it, Q, kind of like you're just kind of stumbling in life before you join our community, join our team. And like once you join us, you're on the fast track. It's like you're on the freeway, right? Things happen quick. And you ready for the quickness because you're doing the inner work and you've done the work on your body, right? And I know, like I was mentioning, like just coming back recently from Costa Rica, I've been getting like a lot more attention. A lot people can feel my energy and they want to meet with me. Oh, we have someone coming on right now. Shasta's coming on. I love it. And just come into the queue if you want to get a reading by Q himself. And you're very highly sought after. So I'm really excited that we'll be collaborating for Ascension and that you're here, like offering your gifts.
And do you want to explain to them? Do you want to explain to them how the collaboration is going to work, how we're going to connect, so that people can understand? Like when you get into the Ascension program, when you get into this, you're actually getting people who are us, who are talking to you, working with you, helping you, being there for you, coaching you, guiding you. In my case, even teaching and giving some spiritual teachings in order to help shift your thoughts. Like all of this is really important. I tell people all the time, if you can't get nothing else, get the teaching. Because the teaching, the training is what's gonna help you know how to move beyond, how to move through it. That's what the training is all about. So Shasta, I think I see you here. Is Shasta in the queue?
She's in the queue, but it says that we need to get her audio connected. And just going off of that note, what you were just saying, Q, I wanted to mention that I'm going to add Shasta while I say this, but basically when you come and join our community, you get access to all my live yoga and fitness classes, all of my hypnosis, my 12-step program to get lean and tone, my money manifestations program. You get access to Shred, Bootcamp, everything. And we'll meet live. I'm a living, breathing human being. I'm not artificial intelligence. And one-on-one group. And you're going to be meeting with Q every 2 months. So you'll get to better faster. So I'm here to give you that help with the mind, body, your emotions. And Q helps with those things. And he gives you the magic. He gives you the tools to see what's coming, right? So you get to better faster. Because really, you're only one action away from getting what you want, that dream client, that dream body, that dream partner. Welcome, Shasta. Can you hear us?
You said I'm not artificial intelligence.
No. Yeah, I was actually just having a conversation with my friend Crede about it, about how we're really like more than ever, we want some authenticity, right? We want connection, and that's what we're here for.
There you go. What's going on, Shasta?
Welcome.
How are you?
Hello. How's it going?
Fantastic. I got your date of birth. I'm seeing here is April 2nd. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pull on here. for your energy. Thank you so much for tapping in. Now, are you currently working with Luke already?
No, we actually went to middle school together, I think.
Oh,
Oh my God, Shasta! I haven't seen you in so long.
I know it's been a long. I was scrolling through Facebook and I caught you guys, and it was uh very interesting for your message for what I'm going through in life right now. So I thought I would join.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so just so you know, the first thing that's coming through here is I do see a lot of stress. I see stress things kind of being overbearing, maybe bearing you down a lot. This could be very, very heavy right now from the perspective of finances, because I'm seeing finances being a part of this as well. So I want to make sure that whatever's going on, wherever you are right now, you realize that it's okay to lay some of the burdens down, even if, thank you, Spirit, because this is how it's showing me, even if it might make you feel like you're regressing a little bit. Even if it feels like you're regressing a little bit, the regression is setting you up for a progression. Okay,
Okay.
so whatever needs to happen. Now, again, I don't know your whole situation, and I don't want to put too much of your business out here. However, I do see that there might be a need to maybe call on some guidance or some support financially, and or I'll just say legally, there might be something that you might have to just get some clarity about and understand how things are, working. It does show me here that you feel like you don't have a lot of options right now. But I do see here that if you start to shift this thing and turn this thing around, more things will start to kind of shake out. Because this is how it's showing me. It's like when you turn the salt shaker over or the pepper shaker over
Yeah.
and it don't come out. And sometimes you got to hit it and you got to and more starts coming out. That's what I'm seeing here. So there are things that you can do. There are resources and there are steps that you can take, but you're gonna have to turn it over and tap on it a little bit to get it out. Now, in are you currently in a relationship right now?
I am.
Okay. Are you guys? This is a weird question. Are you guys living together?
Yeah, long, like 6 years, long time.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So let me just say this. Um, are you bored? Like it feels to
Um,
me. Go ahead.
no, there's just been a lot of life changes lately, so things have been kind of like on hold,
Okay,
if that
that's
makes
that's what
any
it is.
sense.
No, that
Okay.
that makes total that makes total sense because it kind of feels like things are just sitting there stalled. Things are just sitting there stalled. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Things are just sitting there stalled. It's just kind of like, okay, what am I waiting for? Like, what's supposed to be happening now? Like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, it's kind of like that energy. So that when I said you're gonna have to tap on it, you're gonna have to knock some stuff out. You're gonna have to get some extra stuff pouring out. That's what's gonna be really, really good for you. I would
Okay.
love to talk to you after. I would love to talk to you after the show to give you some more details because what I'm seeing here is a huge breakthrough. It's a huge happening for you, but um, right now things are stalled. Things are kind of just sitting there, and you're like, "What am I supposed to be doing with this time right now?" And that's kind of how it
Yeah.
feels more than anything. So let's progress through this. If you need some guidance, if you need some help, legally and or financially, that's totally okay to get that. And if you also need some spiritual help, I'm more than welcome to work with you.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would actually like that. I'll reach out to you
I
after
love
the
it.
show.
Namaste. You are
Yeah.
blessed.
Thank
It's so
you.
good to hear your voice, Shasta. Sending you love.
Thank you. I was gonna say it's been a long time. It's been a really long time. But you look like you're very
Right?
happy, and I'm glad to see that. I enjoy seeing your stories.
Thank you, Shasta. Yes, I so appreciate you. And any takeaways you want to share with the group, like before you depart? Like, yeah.
Um, no, I was gonna say the reading is actually 100% spot on for what's going on in my life. I don't want to divulge too much, but
That's what I
my
was doing too.
basically my
Yeah.
entire last 11 months of my life have been stalled. Um, so I'm working on breaking out of that right now.
I love it.
I love it. That is so beautiful. Yeah, it is amazing to see to see your skills in action. And I
Yeah.
know yeah, I know there's some crazy stories you could even share like, about confidentially about clients you've seen. I'm sure like crazy stuff that's happened.
Well, I didn't want to share too much of this conversation because of the way it's showing up here. Like, I didn't want to share
Yes.
too much of it, but For me, it's kind of like watching a movie, Shasta, just to kind of give you an awareness. It's kind of like watching a movie. I get to see this life playing out, and I can zoom in on different scenes in the movie, and I'm like, yeah, that ain't supposed to be like that. Like, this is not how it's supposed to feel right now, baby. It is not supposed to feel this way right now. And so I think that as you make some necessary shifts and pop some stuff out and make some stuff out, I think it's all going to shake out for you in a very, very good way. So I applaud you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you. I
Love you,
appreciate that.
Shasta.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We'll keep in touch. I'll shoot you DM. Bye-bye. And now I see that we have another person on here. Looks like I'm going to take you off, Shasta. Bye-bye. We love you. Comment below. And I'm going to add Artis is coming. So I'm adding you now to the screen, Artis, to the show. Welcome.
Hi.
And yeah, and I'm not sure if you already dropped your date of birth in the comments.
Yeah, I didn't see the date of birth. Let me see.
Oh, yeah, let's see.
Yeah, Naira said that she had a reading before, and she's an amazing, amazing person. She has so many amazing things going on. Naira said she had a reading before, and she loved it. Thank you so much, Naira. Justin, welcome, welcome, welcome. What's going on, Artis? What's going on, Artis?
Hi, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a reading before?
Kinda, a little bit from like friends and whatnot.
Okay, fantastic. Well, what's your date of birth?
August 16, 1989.
Perfect. All right. Ooh, wow. Okay, manifester. Okay. So let me just start off by saying this. I do see here. Okay, so it shows me here that there's times when you had some obstacles and some challenges that you went through that it was almost like either was a depressive time. This is interesting. It was a depressive time, and it was like multiple. Okay, it was like multiple things that you were doing, even to yourself, that as you were going through this depressive time, it was affecting you, and you was doing. I'm seeing like doing these things to yourself even, right? But what it's showing me is that a lot of that stemmed from, I'm going even back to like 7 years old. I'm going back a number of years that it had been affecting you on and on and on and on until you just couldn't take it anymore, and it hit you in such a strong way, right? And however, it looked like you came out of it fully strong. And what Spirit is showing me is that it was almost like you went through like a rebirthing. That's what I'm getting. You went through like a rebirthing of sorts, right? It's like I had to be, and forgive the expression, but this is how it's coming across. I had to be born again, right? I had to have a rebirthing of sorts where I can't be the same person I was even back then. This is a weird question, but is this your real name, Artis?
Yeah, I mean, I go by artist too, but yeah.
Artis. Okay, got it. Okay, so when did you make that? I don't know. When did you make that shift, that transition, that rebirthing?
Probably about 2010.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, listen, this shift it's been amazing for you. I do see you even going a lot higher. Do you have a desire to be a parent?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm seeing fatherhood energy all over you. Okay, and this is a it's coming through extremely brilliantly, extremely strongly. It is going to be a boy, and it's coming through in a place where you're almost like you're planning for this, but you don't have a set plan yet. Like, I know this is something I'm putting in my plan, but I don't have a set plan yet. But this is coming through extremely strongly. Your father's energy is a part of this too. Is your father still with us?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
He's around, but I don't talk to him that much.
There it is, right there. Because what I'm getting here is the fatherhood energy is a big deal for you. And I'm not saying like it, captures a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, but it's a big deal in the sense of, I want to do it differently. I want to make a different impact. I want to have a different experience. This is strong on you. You're going to be a good dad. Like, this is a good thing. Okay, so I really want to celebrate that for you because I feel like it's going to be really powerful. Um, and then your mother came through. Okay, so and how close are you with your mother?
Very close.
Okay, so she is gonna love being grandma. Okay,
Mm,
she's gonna love what you're creating, what you're doing, how you're doing it, how you're operating in it. She's gonna love all of that, all of you, all of this, and she is extremely, extremely proud of you and who you are becoming and who you've decided to become. Maybe it's a better way of saying it. Who you've decided to become. So, in three places, I'm seeing family energy. I'm seeing rebirthing, could also be birthing, and I'm also seeing fatherhood energy. So this is the first thing that comes through for you. Take it and run with it because it's
wow.
strong.
Thank you so much. This is so good. Yeah.
Wow, I don't know why that's important, but it's something that you should definitely consider. I don't know if you would also consider fostering, but I'll just say, like, I don't see you just like having one and done kind of vibe. Like, I see you actually opening up your space even more and loving young people, like loving children, loving young people, like do you work with young people or it's young people, the young energy? Okay, so I'm seeing loving young people, loving young energy, and that's something that really is beautiful for your soul. Like that's a part of this is a part of your soul journey. This is not oh, I just got a job. Like no, this is a thing.
Wow. That's crazy. Thank you so much. That was so great.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, very good. You are complete. I'm sorry, my car just jumped out. You are complete.
Well, thank you so much. You guys have a great day. That was good.
Okay, peace and blessings.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Artis. Awesome. Well, it was just beautiful to see like your magic, your literal magic in action. And I have been around Q in real life where he literally can meet someone and tell people what their sign is before they even tell him. And so it's amazing that like we are all in alignment with the stars, with energy, right? With this magic. And so like it's beautiful. I'm so glad, Q, that you've harnessed your gift. And I'm very excited, extremely excited that we are collaborating. And the great thing is, like, yes, it's good to come get like a taste, like, and of course, anyone else come on to do another reading. If we have anyone else, could just click on the link. But the great thing is to get long-term change. Of course, come dip your toe in the world of wellness next week at SoulFit Surge. I'm going to drop the link below so that you can register and do 5 days with our community. Congratulations, Melissa, Monica, Jen. The list goes on for everyone who's been registering. I'm really excited. And it's so good when you like really take that deep dive and you continue to have support with us, with Q, with me, with the people that are bringing you higher. And that brings me back to one of my favorite quotes from Oprah Winfrey, that you should surround yourself only with people that are bringing you higher, right? And so now more than ever, especially during this year of the dragon, when being self-centered is really important, right? Focusing on you, it's important that we love some people from a distance, okay? And I see we have Sister Naira here for another reading, which I'm really excited to watch. I'm just going to add you now to the screen. Thank you. Welcome.
Hey,
What's going on?
Love your comments.
for a reading. I just had to come and tell y'all how amazing y'all are. But
I love you so much.
I was eating my seafood and I watched the whole thing. Look, this is my first time experiencing you, and I just want to say, you know, if I was looking for a process to be a part of, I would definitely be in the Ascension, okay? But I wanted to and just show y'all some support. Q, you know I love you beyond the moon, the stars, and all of the galaxies around the galaxies, right? And just to hear you, it just feels like you're ascending. That's what I feel like, because I've been you for some time, and we just got our own little spiritual connection. But I feel the ascension with you, and so I
Yes.
just shout you all out. And to anybody that's listening, that's looking for that safe place, I definitely co-sign the process right now. And Q, I just got one question. How do I get my protection now? I need my protection.
Wait,
you was talking about something about getting the protection and having the protection.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, it's extremely important. Are you asking what type of protection, or are you
Yeah,
asking like
like
what are you
what's
asking?
for me? What do I need?
Oh, let's take a look.
If
Okay.
I, I need some, yeah, let's see if I need it.
Right. So first of all, for those of you guys who don't know, Sister Naira is extremely prominent in family healing, doing a lot of family repair work. Like she is very, very prominent in that. And so you yourself have already done an amazing job in your own spiritual development, spiritual process. So let's see what's going on here. What kind of spiritual protections might need to be put in place? Um, okay, so this is what comes up here. It says, I will say this, there is some body work protection that might needs to be taking place, and I'm going to say this is how it's showing up, but it would be really, really great for your body if you were to make some shifts physiologically in your body, right? Like changing your body in a way that feels very good for you. Increasing your metabolism even might be really important. So doing things or eating certain foods that bolster or increase your metabolism, this is going to be really important. And Luke, you might be able to even give some insights on what that, like how that benefits a person. But increasing your metabolism is really important. It also showed me here that protection. I'm seeing some kind of oh, this is interesting. I'm seeing some kind of metallic gold or metallic item that is going to be really good to help you. It could be gold itself. So you might want to write that down, right? Invest in gold. It could be gold itself that's going to be the protection, but I'm seeing metallic items that's going to really like help you to protect yourself or stave off any kind of infection. Oh God, what is this? Do you use like colloidal silver or something like this? Do you like? Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, I don't use that. I use it's called a Cia, but yeah, are you familiar with the Cia?
I'm
It,
very familiar with this here. Yeah,
okay, so I use a Cia.
well
Cool.
done.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Okay.
Okay, I'm very familiar with that. So let me just say this real quick because I see here the I would incorporate colloidal silver,
Okay.
maybe even chelated gold into your process, right?
Wait, what's
What
wait,
I would
hold on. Colloidal silver. What's chelated gold? Say that again.
So chelated gold is good for helping like to remove like heavy metals out of the body. People
Okay.
who use deodorant, people who use certain things like do it with aluminum and stuff like that. Chelated gold is really good for removing those kinds of things. Also out of the brain because you know a lot of that's associated with Alzheimer's and stuff like that. So doing certain things, dementia, doing certain things to protect yourself. Hear me. Is going to be really important for you. I'm going to say over the next 13 years. Okay, so I don't know how old you are now, but just as your processes, like start now, shifting yourself, shifting your body. You know, if you want to lose some weight, or if you want to get yourself into a kind of certain position where you feel more stabilized physiologically, spiritually. It's
I feel you. Your reading, it's on point. It's on point.
On point always, right?
Can I share something though? I just want to give you a confirmation. As God is my witness, it has been coming to me for the last maybe about 2 weeks about Alzheimer's and dementia with me. But it runs in my family. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna
We
keep
don't want
inflammation
that.
in my body. You understand, but you just gave me a blueprint on what
yeah,
to do because
yes,
that dropped in my spirit. And you know how you can't shake something? Like I couldn't
yeah,
shake it because I be having this inflammation come, like excess mucus.
yeah.
You understand? So this is I can get off of this, but that's Holy Spirit giving me the guidance that I need, right? So you
I
gave
love
me
it.
the blueprint on how to do it, of what I need to do that was in my spirit, and I couldn't shake it, but it was confirmation for me. And I just want to give you confirmation on the live that literally, and I'm only 50. Okay, so
Okay,
I'm
good
just
stuff.
thinking about no Alzheimer's and dementia, but I've been thinking about it because Holy Spirit
Yeah.
showed me that in the pathway for me.
Yeah, yeah, and it's crazy. It's crazy because it's not something that is affecting you now. But what Spirit is showing me is that you can start to shift your trajectory. You can start to shift the. You can. Oh, thank you, Spirit. You can reverse the curse. You can reverse the curse. You can reverse that whole energy in your family or your history, your genetics, whatever. You know how people do. The
Yeah.
doctor come and ask you, you know what? Tell me about your mother, your grand. Listen, I'm me. Okay. I be.
Yes.
But you can start to make a massive impact in your own body, in your own life, in your own trajectory. And when you asked about protection, that's what came through. So
I
to
needed
God
that.
be the glory.
Thank you. And Luke, did you have something you want to share with me?
I did. Yeah, you could tell. So I have a 12-step program, and one of the hypnoses is actually focused on increasing your metabolism. So I got you. So like let's connect, and I'd love to share those resources with you, and maybe joining us at Soulfit Surge might not be a bad idea. I'm gonna send you the link too if you're interested, just to learn more about that. And yeah, like I would love to be a resource as you focus on that physical form, because I know that that is a big focus for all. One of my clients was literally just saying the other day she does not want to get Alzheimer's. She works with older adult clients who have Alzheimer's, and we don't want that, right? And that is completely preventable, right? It's sometimes genetic, but it's preventable, right? Through the diet, through shifting how, that physical form. And so that's why I'm here, to serve and help. So yeah, I'd love to connect.
Send me the information so we can further discuss, okay? Send me the information so we
Sure.
can
Absolutely.
further discuss. I want to thank
It's
you.
it's crazy. No,
Uh-huh.
I was going to say 'cause it's crazy that it's coming up because I was just having a conversation about Gladys Knight, and this has been something that's been a part of that conversation concerning her and me working with uh, from the celebrity angle. Like I really am feeling like a lot of people are concerned about going down that road, dementia, Alzheimer's, mentally
Yep.
declining, that kind of thing. And there's so much going on. So let's talk more. Definitely, even us three. Like I just think that this is a powerful interview on this call right now. So
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
y'all pulled me in. I wasn't trying to come in, but y'all just pulled me on in. Y'all was like, "Now you're not gonna hide behind the screen today." I had to cover my head. I had to wash my hands. I said, "Lord, let me just get on this call because I don't know what it is." And honestly, I got more than what I was looking for because I was thinking you was gonna be like, "Yeah, you need to do this," with the other kind of protection, but you gave me the longevity of protection. So I just want to say thank you. Like this is a generational protection for my
yeah.
family. It coincide with a culture call that I just did about healing the family unit. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say because I'm so full. When you're the giver, God always find a way to give back to you. I'm the giver.
Yes.
I'm the one that's sitting out getting coached. Now I just got my own personal coaching. You see that? And my whole coaching call tonight was about healing the family unit. How do you change the past? How do you be in the present to go into the future? All about prediction of the future. Now, by me telling you my family suffers, the women in my family from Alzheimer's and dementia, you picked up on a thought that I've been having for the last week or so with myself. You understand? And couldn't
Mhm.
shake it. And now I got Luke here to help me in some form, in some fashion, with increasing
Yes.
my metabolism is something that I want to do. So I'm gonna get with you both. Please, Quentin, don't let this conversation die out. But I want to just say both of y'all was absolutely amazing. I learned so much. And I also got my own prescription. So there we go. Bam, Ashe. Thank y'all.
Have a wonderful
Thank you,
night.
Sister
Peace and blessings.
Naira.
Y'all keep
Have a
doing
wonderful
great
night.
work.
Shalom.
Will do. Yeah, I just wanted to shout out Sister Naira for coming out and just bringing your face right to this screen, because we're all the people watching this commenting below. We're all humans, right? We get to better, faster, together, stronger. And Sister Naira touched upon this. The body is in the mind. So all these manifestations in your physical world, they're simply side effects of what's going on internally, right? And I know that all too well, right, from my past experiences. And my body was protecting itself. I was realizing that this week, Hugh, with all these literal magical things that happen. I was literally got off the plane and went straight to California Adventure, right? And straight to all these beautiful things have been happening. And it happens with divine timing. Sometimes it happens when we want it to happen. Sometimes when we least expect as well, right? Sometimes we got to go through that darkness to get into the light. So I just want y'all to know the light is coming. We're in spring, we're expansion. So please come. Feel free to go to the link and join us if you want a reading. And Ascension, comment below if you're interested in Ascension and SoulFit Surge. Join us for 5 days for holistic wellness to get to your desires sooner. And the focus during our 5 days is, of course, that self-love, the foundation of it all. Loving yourself during this year of the dragon. This is the year of you, and getting toned, which we all know causes that weight loss and bulks you up. And number 3, it's all about success, internal and external, right? And when your intention is clear, you know, why you're here, why you're showing up, you keep going, even when things don't work out as you think you want them to. We can talk more about that, but yeah, Q.
Let me ask you a question. I just want to make sure I understand too. So SoulFit Surge is the 5-day surge. It's the 5-day blast. Okay. And when does that start?
We start March 4th, Monday. That's the first class, Monday, 7 a.m. Pacific. Our group coaching session is based off of your availability. I'm sending a survey out so that all the people can make it live if you can make it live, and you get access to the recording. So that will likely be on Thursday of next week. So do come and join. And Ascension, that is starting March 18th. So the year-long Wellness Mastermind Ascension, we are starting. We have a week after that, and then we're going. We're going towards your desires to better, faster, okay? You get me, you get Q, you get other top wellness practitioners across the globe pushing you and keeping you accountable to yourself with that consistency, right? So you have that good energy, and you know what's coming. You have insight and foresight. You have the body, mind. You got it all. It's the best wellness program out there.
Okay, perfect. That makes total sense now. Yes. So SoulFit Surge is what you want to get into right now. SoulFit Surge starts on Monday, April 4th. Do not miss this.
March 4th,
I'm sorry, I say April. Sorry, March 4th. And then after that, March 18th is SoulFit Ascension. SoulFit Ascension.
You got it.
I love it. Just so y'all know, March is my birthday month. T Pisces. March is my birthday month. So my actual birthday is March 10th. So shout outs.
Happy early birthday. And I want to say once again, like Sister Nair said, share this live, share the love, right? We're in this time when connection is more valuable than ever. Right now in America, we're facing a loneliness epidemic, right? We are here to help end that, right? Get you the love, get you the clients, get you connection. So share it and spread the love. And we're always just a DM away. I'd love to connect with all y'all, with people that might just know Q or might just be randomly stumbling upon this, like Sister Nair, right? Hanging out on a Friday night.
I love it.
And anyways, is there anything else? Like if people are vibing with you, Q, where can they find you?
Yes, absolutely. Please, by all means, follow me on Instagram at The Master Oracle. It's just Master all together, but The Master Oracle on Instagram, or definitely just follow me here on Facebook and reach out to me. Send me DMs. I'm very personable. I'm very approachable. And as things start to unfold more and more and more, there's going to be even more coming out. But definitely, I would love to stay in connection with you. The Master Oracle on Instagram.
Love it. Thank you, Q. And for those of you who may only know Q, but this is like the first time you've ever seen me pop up, my name's Luke Lintott. I'd love to connect with you. Limitless_Luke on Instagram. Website is fittergy.co or lukeyoga.com. And Instagram, just my name, Luke Lintott. Mindfully Sculpted is the Facebook group. So I'm out there, right? I'm everywhere. And it's funny because you just never know where you're going to meet the right person, right time. One of my 75-year-old clients, I just found out, had seen all my dance videos on TikTok. So, so I'm out there too, making fun stuff. And with that in mind, I would love to hear your biggest takeaway in the comments. Any questions you have about Ascension or Surge, which starts next week, drop it right there. And I would love to connect with y'all. I'm committed to your success, your health, your healing, your love journeys, and beyond. Thank you so much, everyone. Anything else you want to add, Stu?
No, just tap in. Let's do it. Let's go deep. Spiritual. There's a spiritual solution to every problem, and so let's tap in and do some divination and pull out what that solution is and do the work. That's it. You got to do it.
Absolutely. This is your sign to make the change, y'all. I want to know, what changes are you making in the next 7 days? See you Monday at SoulFit Surge. Last chance to join us live. See you March 18th at Ascension, where you get to work with us to get to better, faster through mind, body, magic. Thank you all so much. Have a gorgeous, blessed Friday evening. Love you. Bye-bye.